What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to take off the water pump on this 2002 Cadillac Deville with a Northstar engine. So start off by taking off the air box because the water pump is down here. So let's start off by taking everything that's going to be on our way, just make the job a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just take off the whole air box itself, that way I can get to it. And then we also going to need some special tools. Water pump socket part number 67066, but once we get there, show you guys how to use it. But that's what we're doing today. So to take this off, you got a flathead screwdriver there, and then we have these clips. You can just turn them with your hand, or you can put a Phillips screwdriver there. So then you pull this out, separate it from the clips right here, and you should be able to pull straight out. Now this part right here, same thing. Got some Phillips screws here. You have another one there, another one right here. So then pull this out. Here's what we have left. Airbox. We have the main computer here. So I'm gonna go disconnect the battery. Battery goes under the rear seat, and I have another video for that if you want to look it up. So right now I'm just gonna grab this this computer, pull straight out, harness, and I'm just gonna put it off to the side so I can take off the other half of the airbox. Airbox has some Torx here, or we can just pull it straight out because it's just this plastic rubber bushing. So, and once again, this is just to make it a little bit easier for me. You really don't have to do this if you want to try to get everything through there, but that's just. Alright, here I am. So now next thing to do is take off this hose clamp here, like this hose. Undid the hose clamp that was right here. So this hose, I'm just gonna push it up to the side. I'm gonna take off the water pump belt. It takes a 13mm socket here. Basically all you do, just kind of when you're doing the other belts, just put it here, you turn it clockwise, and should give you enough slack to take this off. So I'm going to take this off, just take off the belt, take off this lower belt here, and I need to move, this is part of the secondary air pump, so I need to move this out of the way also. Should have a couple of 10mm bolts on the bottom, just to take the whole bracket out and out of the way. And I'm also going to have to undo this hose here. So this is a metal hose, it goes into this housing, so whether you want to take it out from here or from here, whatever is easier for you. Here you go. Took the upper radiator hose off, undid the belt. The belt's just hanging there, which is fine. For the secondary air pump here, I took off the two 10mm screws or nuts that were in the bottom that went down here. This one goes up there, so, and this part here goes through it, so just undid the two 10mm nuts. This one I can just push it to the side. Be careful with it because it's metal. Now I'm just going to take off this bracket here. So should be this one. This one's missing one. Should be another one in the bottom. Alright, here we are. Took out the thermostat. Thermostat goes here, which is this right here. Basically just going to go right here. And you have two 10mm bolts. They're going to go here. Looks like somebody already replaced the thermostat on this thing, but we're trying to get to the water pump. Before deciding to do the water pump, this hose right here was leaking, and I can show you guys why. You see all this? It's almost like corrosion from all the water here and all this stuff. We got to make sure that we clean all this out before we put the new, well, not the new, but before we replace the hose back in here. You see all this? This will never let that hose seal properly. That's why it also leaked. So one of the problems. Now to take out this bike part right here, you got one here, one there, and one down there. I'm gonna take off, and this whole piece should come straight out. Actually, there's another one right under here, like this one. So this whole piece is gonna come straight out. when it comes out, I need to undo either this one or this one. That way it comes out all in one piece, and I'll show you how it looks once I take it out. Here we are. Took out the water pump housing. Takes those 4 bolts. The 2 here and the 1 on the top are this kind, all 10mm. The one in the bottom doesn't have threads on the other side. So we have some brackets that are going to go up there. So here's the water pump. So now I'm going to use this tool. This one basically is going to go into the water pump. It locks in. To take off the water pump, we're going to turn it clockwise, and then to take off the water pump, when we to put on the new water pump, of course you're going to have to turn it counterclockwise. Just to kind of show you guys how this tool locks in with the water pump. Alright, let's put it on. There we go. New water pump is on. So yeah, like I said, with the tool, you clockwise to take off, counterclockwise to take off. When you're putting it back on, you gotta make sure to push inwards and counterclockwise so you can lock it into place. Now on the back of the water pump, you're gonna have this O-ring. You might have trouble, of course you need to replace it, but you might have trouble making sure that the O-ring stays in place. You can always just put grease all around the O-ring when you're putting it on, and it'll stick in there for a little bit while you put on the water pump. Water pump housing, same thing. We're gonna replace this gasket here and clean off all that corrosion. And I went ahead and grab some more hose so we can just replace that one, because it was just too damaged when I took it off. So there it goes. Hope it helps.